Shema. It's DukaDuke. Right, how to start it. It's been a while. I would say about 6 months or 7 months since I really did something on YouTube. I know, a bit of a disappointment, but there are reasons for it. So I mean, like, there is a reason why I'm wearing shades in England where it's outside raining. Well, I'm not having much of a sleep, so I won't let you watch me with my big shades under my eyes. Yeah, another few reasons behind that. I'm not sleeping well. Well, first of all, I don't know if you remember one of my last blogs. Probably not. It was ages ago, so yeah, I won't be surprised. I changed the job. You know, I left hospital, and again, reasons. I had enough of it, pretty much. You know, for how many years you can watch people dying. You know, messed up kids. You know, after car accidents, people with cancer. And yeah, in general, suffering. Yeah, it's not a place for a young man, and it appears that I've spent my best years, because well, I started working there when I was 22. Yeah, now I'm always 32. Yeah, the number keeps growing. A bit of a leveling up, like in games. So yeah, I'm about to reach the 32nd level. Okay, but enough of those jokes. Yeah, I know. I've been known for corny and silly jokes, but hey ho, that's me. So yeah, I changed the job. It's been now over 6 months, and how to say it, I was a little bit cheated. You know, it's not the first time when somebody tried to, pardon my French, somebody tries to fuck me over once again. So it wasn't any different with People Force, which I like to call them People Farce. That's the employment agency. When first I went for an interview, everything was beautiful. They really wanted me, you know, salary, hourly rate, and yeah, next thing when it came to signing the contract with that employment agency, they tried to stick me on minimum wage. And I thought to myself, okay, I've been almost here 10 years. You know, I don't really think my English is really bad. You know, and I got experience, you know, with dealing with people and in all sorts of matters in life, and there's no fucking chance I'm gonna be doing, you know, another job for $7.50. You know, no way. Now with current, you know, situation, I mean, reminds me of Alien, bonus situation. So yeah, I ended up doing now 50 to 60 hours a week. You know, mainly I do a 12-hour shift, and I have to say that maybe it's not so bad in terms of mental tiredness, like at a hospital when you have to deal with all that, and you know, unhappy general public, especially when they hear a foreign accent. So I was thinking, okay, at least I got that job where, yeah, I don't have to deal with that. But then again, yeah, I'm stuck in a room for 12 hours, well, obviously including breaks, etc. But yeah, I've been stuck for 12 hours doing my job, and then coming back home, I don't earn any money. That's the trouble. I have to do a lot of overtime to actually make up for what I was working, I mean, for the salary while I was working at a hospital. So yeah, it's not really good, because I was promised after the 3 months trial period, you know, in a company, that I'm gonna get the contract. So it's already over 6 months, and I still haven't seen my contract. So pretty much I'm going to work with no obligation to work, except one, that I need to pay bills. So yeah, I don't even know if that's legal. You know, I'm coming into work. I do my stuff. You know, I go home. I get, well, let's say paid. But yeah, I still haven't got any contract. So that's one of the things that keep me awake at night. And then again, looking for another job. Oh, nah, not at the moment. Not at the moment. I got way too many things going on. I mean, by the way, talking about being fucked over. In the last few years, I did have like three motorcycle accidents. When one of them was, well, maybe not like super serious, you know. I didn't ended up on the ICU unit or anything like that, but yeah, I had quite a few fractured fingers, you know. One of the reasons why this one is really wonky, because yeah, it was literally pulled out from all the joints and broke in, you know, 90 angle degrees. So yeah, it wasn't really tickling. But never mind, because obviously of those injuries which were inflicted, you know, because of my fault, you know, the guy drove into me and knocked me out. Yeah, I wasn't working for a while. I had financial problems because obviously, yeah, the bike was messed up, or the gear was messed up, and you can imagine, you know, how well, not maybe overpriced, but how expensive the motorcycle gear is if you do ride the bike. So obviously, you can imagine that if you're on the biker channel, you know, YouTube channel like mine. But if you're here for the first time, or you're not really familiar with all that, yeah, I can assure you that motorcycle gear is really expensive, including motorbikes themselves. So yeah, after those 3 accidents, hey ho, each time my gear was ruined, and obviously all those accidents weren't because of me. It wasn't my fault. I ended up in a big financial problem, so I had to take a couple of loans, big loans, like big loans. So to survive, so not to end up in a debt, I'm pretty much earning just to pay off those loans. So when I go once a year for a trip, that's because I've been saving a whole bloody year to earn for those, you know, week or 2 on holidays. So that's when I can, you know, record my stuff, my videos. Oh, talking about the trips, I've been so busy. I don't have really much time, and with all the troubles, which I will mention about in a minute, I didn't even have a chance to finish that video from last year's trip when I went to Poland. I completed it in, let's say, in 85%, and as soon as I finish this video, I'm gonna get back on it, because one of my New Year's resolution was that obviously I'm gonna take care of my YouTube channel much better than what I did last year, because yeah, I didn't really have much time. That's the sad thing, because once you end up, you know, doing working, you don't really have enough time for your passion, your hobby, which one of them, for example, is YouTube or riding motorcycles. Not even mentioning about the weather, because there's no point, it's England, so yeah, doesn't give me much opportunity to ride for fun, but hey ho, happens. Another reason for a very long break from YouTube was I don't really want to say too much about it. I had some family troubles, you know. One of the members from our family been a bit of a trouble. Let's put it nicely in words. I'm not gonna go too much into details, but that kept me very busy, and it's not like it's been going on. It's been going on for a while. So, and also sadly, a while ago my mum had a heart attack. So that didn't help either. Very difficult time, and yeah, there's a lot going on. So as you can probably tell, with all that overtime, you know, trying to survive, because it's not even making a living. You know, I'm surviving here. That's a fucking survival. Maybe I don't have a knife or stone and a stick, and I'm not in the middle of the fucking forest, but yeah, my life pretty much few last months been a pure survival, and I'm staying on top. Yeah, it's not too bad, you know. I've been through a lot in my life, so I'm just you know, keep pushing it. Until last week. After that trip, I noticed, you know, I'm talking about the last trip to Poland, you know, I noticed that Sir Duke, which I like to call my old Ducati, you know, 620, had a bit of a problem with engine, which at the beginning I was thinking that it's something to do with the valves. But then again, they've been adjusted. You know, everything was serviced, and it sadly turned out that it's a shaft, and the shaft went shits. It's gone. So obviously nobody's gonna rebuild the shaft because it costs a lot of money. Probably more than what the bike is worth at present moment, considering that it has got a D category after being knocked out 3 times, you know, twice on the parking and once in 2016 when I came back from Italy. Probably I don't have to remind you about that video I took 2 years ago, me shouting through the window and that old guy, you know, playing dominoes with the bikes outside the house. Never mind, I don't really like to go back to the moment because it always gets me triggered. But never mind. It turns out that it's a shaft, so I was quite surprised because the bike itself did only about 28,000 miles, so it should last a bit longer, you know. I mean, it's a shaft, so you know that should be usually the last thing which breaks. Never mind. I took it to that's the funny part. I took it to the garage in London. The same guy I trusted 2 years ago with fixing my seal under the top cylinder, and obviously I trusted him again, as he did a very good job 2 years ago. But trust is a very funny thing. People like to use that, you know, for their advantage, to earn money. You're getting the drill. And once again I was cheated and put in financial trouble because of someone's greed. Yeah, I cannot call it the other way. I don't want to give any names at the moment, and I don't think I'm gonna be doing that for a while, but I'm gonna have to go to court, and I'm gonna start a case with the mechanic. But from the beginning, I took the bike to the garage, and obviously I wanted my bike fixed. I love that bike, you know, even though that is a D category, you know, been messed up so much. I had so much fun with it, so many travels, you know. I got really attached. I got really attached to the bike. I'm not gonna lie, because nobody with, you know, common sense would put any more money into a bike which was trashed 3 times. But hey ho, it's love. It's true love, you know. I'm Ducatista. I like my Ducati no matter what. And that was quite natural cause of action that I'm gonna try to fix it. So I did left it in the garage, and yeah, sad surprise. I was promised a second-hand engine, obviously working engine, because what's the other point to get into the garage and getting messed up engine? Oh yes, greed. Oh yeah, forgot the greed. Yes. And what's happened? The guy fixed my, well, didn't fix my engine, but replaced my old engine, put in another one from similar year, multi-strada, low mileage. The engine sounds beautiful, works really well. I was very happy. Came into the garage, paid, even a little bit more than at the beginning we initially, you know, let's say I accepted the price, and yeah, ended up paying almost £1,500. So it's quite a lot of money. I don't know, it's something about $1,700, let's call it that. And yeah, I checked the bike. Everything seemed to be perfect at the very beginning, and I paid, left London, came back to Brighton, and obviously I started checking out the engine, because, you know, it's a new heart for the bike. And to my very, very sad surprise, there was work done to it which I wasn't notified about. You know, as you get the kickstand, yeah, the thread was gone, and the collar which holds the bolt, which holds again the kickstand, was rethreaded and time set, that is called, you know, like a little ring Refred it, put in a new ring, and then you put in a bolt. And I wasn't notified at any point before or after paying that there was work done to it. I was only told about the new bolt because apparently mine was really bad, so he didn't want to put it back in. Fair enough. But while doing that bogus job, the collar broke in 2 places, and those cracks extended for a crankcase. Jesus! You know what I mean? A broken crankcase. You know, it got a couple of cracks, so it's just a matter of time when that crack's gonna, you know, those cracks, they're gonna grow only bigger and bigger, because obviously, because of the nature of the engine, you know, they tend to get hot, and as they're made of, you know, metal, aluminium, they like to expand when they get hot, and when you switch off the engine, it cools down, it comes back to its previous form. So obviously, if you get crack in there, that's gonna work. Hot, cold, hot, cold. So it's just a matter of time that that crack's gonna get only bigger and bigger, which is gonna next lead to an oil leak. And the last thing what I want after spending £1,500 is getting another job done. But the guy says it's fine. It's fine. He won't even acknowledge the fact that there are cracks on it, which purely, you know, which I send him straight away a message with a picture saying like, what's this? Oh, I haven't seen it. And that's a very long story. I'm gonna make a separate video about it, because obviously after getting it first to I think they're called BOSA stations, so they can confirm if the bike at present is roadworthy or not with those cracks, which I think is not really roadworthy, because if there is a risk that the cracks might go bigger and I'm gonna have an oil leak, or what's worse, obviously it might collapse. You know, the bike might tip over because those cracks, they're gonna get bigger and bigger, and the mount for the kickstand goes inside the engine case. You know, in my Monster, the kickstand is not attached to a frame, it's attached to the engine case. Exactly. So I spent £1,500 hoping that I can ride my bike again, and I can't. So yes, I did have a lot of things going on recently, and yeah. So those are the few reasons why I haven't been recording much on YouTube, because obviously when my bike is ill, I'm ill. You know, I cannot function properly. Of course, I got a second bike. That's true, but because of all this trouble which I mentioned about a few minutes ago, that bike meant to go for sale, and I wanted to retrieve some of the costs, you know. But no, I'm forced now to use my older Monster, the newer one from 2011, to ride it in such a shit weather and get it wrecked. Just life. Just life. So yeah, I'm really sorry that I'm making, you know, one of those sad videos, but that's what it is at the moment, you know. And one of my New Year's resolution was, you know, ending up with those sad vlogs, because come on, to be fair, who wants to watch, you know, people on the internet getting, you know, frustrated, angry, or sad? Exactly, nobody. So yeah, I find it very difficult to keep up one of my New Year's resolutions, which were, well, maybe not daily, but at least weekly vlogs about cool stuff. What I did, about my plans, because yeah, I do have a lot of plans. I recently came back to writing music. Well, see, surprise, nobody even knew about it, but yeah, I like to write lyrics. I like hip hop. I know I probably at the moment I look like the last person on earth who does like hip hop, but I really do. And the bright side of all of it, that gave me a little bit of fuel, let's say ammunition for my lyrics. And trust me, soon, very soon you're gonna hear some of that. Obviously, I never present anything until it's, you know, perfectly done and it's finished. At the moment, yeah, I got all the equipment. I bought most of the equipment, you know, including microphones and stuff like that. Even was a few months ago, 3 months ago, I even bought a you know, music a program to edit music. You know, I don't know if anyone ever heard of Fruit Loops. Apparently, they're very good with creating beats, hip hop beats. So I've been playing, you know, with that a little bit. But as I said again, doing 50-60 hours a week, that's quite difficult to have energy to do anything creative. So whenever I get a chance, I'm writing lyrics. I got quite a few songs, and I do them in both languages, in Polish and English. And I think I ended up now creating about 20 songs. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Well, I haven't got time to perfection my skills when it comes to creating that music. It's very difficult, you know. I'm not gonna lie to anyone. You know, I'm no Dr. Dre here. But yeah, it's a bit challenging. But yeah, I'll do my best to stay positive, stay creative, and hopefully, with all that sorted soon in the next few months, I'll be back on YouTube again, and yeah, do what I always like to do. My videos, entertaining people, making them laugh, and all this, what comes with it. Yeah. Well, what can I say? So I really do hope that you understand that, yeah, I wasn't there for a while, but as I said already, reasons. Today is actually my first day off that, yeah, I don't have to really do anything, and that's what I'm about to do today. I'm about to chill. Well, except maybe doing a little bit of a video editing here, because yeah, I felt like kind of I let you down a little bit there, boys and girls, because of my absence on YouTube. Ah. Shouldn't be really smoking that much. I almost quit, almost. I really reduced my smoking rate to 1 cigarette a day, and then yeah, all this happens. I know it's not really an excuse, because if you really want to quit smoking, you just do that. But hey ho, nobody's perfect, and I'm far from perfection. So, to sum it all up, there are gonna be some big changes on YouTube, on my channel, and I'll make sure I'm gonna keep up my word. I don't wish to extend this video for too long, so thank you very much for your attention. Thank you for being here, checking out my vids, even though that I haven't been there for a while. It means a lot to me. And well, stay safe. DukaDuke out.